What's up, guys? 98 reviews. I don't know if this video is going down, but we're gonna go pick up Ryan. Yeah. Here we go. We're blocking traffic for Ryan to South Central Florida. And here he fucking comes. 98 reviews.
Forecast. Shit, dude. Oh, man. Alright, guys. 98 reviews. Currently at a baseball diamond right now. I was with Chris about a while ago, and he told me that he's gonna drop me off here because he's gonna go to a quote-unquote car wash. That's what he told me. So, kind of at this baseball diamond, just enjoying this beautiful day. Actually, just rained. It's looking pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of sketchy because he was like, "Oh, I'm trying to take this for a car wash." I'm like, "Why can't I just go?" And he's like, "No, just stay here." So I'm back at the park where we have the WRX. We should be going junkyard diving, I think. Wait, hold on. There is no... What am I looking at right now? Is that... What the hell is he doing? Wait, is that even Chris? What? No way, dude. This is not the 2014 XLT. What in the... Come on. Whose car is this, dude? Dude, whose car is this? Not too shabby now.
Another day, another 98. Or should I say, a 25 F-150 XLT 5.0 Coyote. Bonjour mes amis. 98 reviews. 98 reviews. Today we have a 2025 Ford. This f***ing thing's hitting my... Today we have a 2025 Ford F-150 XLT with the 5-liter Coyote and the 373 rear axle ratio. Let's get into this truck. I'm not going to talk about pricing. We feel like it doesn't make any sense because pricing is different from all over the place. Between markups and discounts, you're never going to get an accurate price range. So if you want to know pricing, Ford.ca or Ford.com has you covered. If you want to know everything else about the truck, then 98 Reviews has you covered. This is the carbonized gray. You're probably noticing right off the bat, it's got the tow haul mirrors and it does not have a black appearance package. 95% of these trucks are equipped with a black appearance package, which is essentially a paint matched bumper to body panels. But this is the chrome option because chrome lasts longer than paint matched bumpers and honestly looks better on a truck. So this is the front of the grille. It's new for 2024 and 2025, so second year of this specific black grille. You know, you probably see a lot of the black Ford badges. This one has the blue oval because it's the chrome package. These lights are excellent. They remind me of the 80s Fords with the daytime lights in the center, and they're just classic, full LEDs. They're amazing. Note to self, when you turn right or left, fog lights initiate, so that's something to keep in mind. There is a lot of technology on this truck, so if you are an anti-technological man, then you might want to look at Chevrolet. But if you prefer 2025 amenities, then Ford's got you covered. Take a look at the color, actually. Before I even talk about the wheels, I want to praise the carbonized gray. I want to praise Ford for their color options because it's something that not every company does. The metallic flaked gray. I love Ford colors. I think they're phenomenal, and I really like the finish of this truck. It was raining earlier today, so the truck was washed for the video, and then it torrentially downpoured for the first time in over 8 weeks in Ontario properly. So that's the situation we're in right now. Come on down. This is 2025. This truck was built in August of 2025, and you're probably wondering, what rims are these? Because they have them on some of the Interceptor vehicles in Massachusetts, etc. This is essentially those black appearance 18-inch wheels, just not painted. So you kind of have like a, not even like a chrome finish. This is just kind of like a polished aluminum finish. These are 275/65 18s. They come wrapped in the Michelin Primacy XC, which is considered an all-terrain. It looks like a street tire. It rides phenomenal. So who am I to complain? I actually like the look of these, and it keeps the truck kind of looking more classic to what it's supposed to be. F-150 XLT, we get this bulky chrome. You can buy replacement paint-matched ones. The mirrors on this Ford F-150 are something to really admire because these tow mirrors are just, they're amazing, right? The visibility is insane. They look very American, and the best part about this is they're fully in right now, so they do stick out quite a bit. But if you got a trailer, they do open up, and don't be afraid to be a little bit rough with them from factory. And this is fully extended. Bottom is manual adjusting. Top is electronic. So the only thing I don't like about the manual bottom adjustment on the trailer tow mirrors is the fact that how are you supposed to adjust the passenger side as a driver and really get your comfort? I guess you're not. You know, the chrome handles, because it's the chrome package, chrome running boards, classic. I like that they're not overly aggressive. I really enjoy it. Okay, let's head to the back of the truck. Same kind of design, you know, you got that carbonized gray, simple 4x4. If you look at the F-150 from the 2014 year, so the 12th generation, that we actually reviewed my own F-150, it says XRT, there's a lot of things going on. This is simple. There's no EcoBoost, there's no badging 5.0, it's just straight up. You know, this is a 4x4, no XTR, no FX4, just straight up, and I like that. Okay, another thing, not so much of a fan favorite are the taillights. They're a favorite here at 98 Reviews. I like the look of them. I like how they say Ford on the inside. I like the way they look. I like the reverse lights. I like the option and how these integrate with the zone lighting package. And I also like the fact that they kind of, it's like an F. It looks like an F. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but it does. Coming down to the tailgate, you know, blue oval again. Backup camera is now integrated above the handle for more of a bird's eye view, especially when trailering. F-150 embedded into the tailgate. I like this. I like that it's not painted in blacks to pop out. It's kind of just, you know what? Boom. Let's print it into the aluminum and let's show it to you. New for a while now, actually, but I say new because new to me when taking a look at this truck is that your auxiliary for trailering, so your electronics for the trailer, brake lights, etc., are now above next to the license plate as opposed to a low mounted one. Trailer, this has the trailer tow package, so that's good. Bumper on the back. Is now a good time to show the bed?
Yeah, I think so.
Should we? Okay, yeah. So this is the bed. There's no soft folding or closing or whatever it is. It just, yeah, and I forgot to remove this bag. Yeah. So there's no soft folding or anything like that. This has the drop-in bed liner, and there's no bed divider. I can show you, this is an aftermarket tonneau cover. It's really simple to use, actually. I don't know how long this will last, but, you know, there's good warranties. And you just pull this, and then each tab will flip up like so. Should we show them the whole thing?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, each tab will flip up like so. And, you know, they give you these tabs on both sides, so if you're deciding to do this from the driver's side or the passenger side, you can. And then this does flip up one more time with pop rods. Come on, you don't need all this. You don't need, this is not an education video. So that's the utilization. I like the manual hard folding tonneau covers. You know, you can see there's a 2x4 in here. It's kind of like a little makeshift divider that we got going on. The drop-in bed liner is sufficient. And then on each sides of the tailgates, what do you have here? So, you know, when you first get the truck, let's say it doesn't have a bed liner, you don't have these flaps, this is what the drop-in. But then you got these like hidden storage for whatever you want to put in there. And it's safe to say they're not exactly waterproof, because I do see a little bit of moisture on the inside. So that is a very good note, because there were torrential downpours, so that's something to keep in mind. Whatever you're putting in there, it's not going to be completely water safe. And on the other side, another thing with the bed utility package is you get the bed lights. So in the nighttime, this is a big help. You can't really see them right now, but it really lights things up. And you get the actual bed lamp as well. So the visibility is phenomenal. And then this truck, you gotta push a little bit harder because of the drop-in. bed utility. So the tailgate, you know, it has that built-in ruler. So it's like somebody just took a ruler, and there's, you know, there's a lot of artificially drawn lines here, and cup holder. And my favorite part about this entire thing is that there is literally bottle openers on each side. This is not a joke. These are literally bottle openers. Crack open, of course, and have a good one. This also has the step up. I'll showcase this, although, you know, I'm not a fan of using these all the time. I will show you how it works, okay, in case your back is hurting. So it's just it's a very simple way of putting things. And keep in mind, these are not available on the STX F-150s. So you do got to go XLT to get something like this. And stowaway, so it is nice. More of these hidden options. It doesn't screw up with the body lines. I like this a lot, actually. And I like that they tell us Ford all over the vehicle. I mean, I like that they let us know this is not a pukey Chevrolet. This is an F-150. No, there's no hate to the Chevys, but no hate to any of the American companies, to tell you the truth. This is my favorite truck, though, today, because they are making the best vehicle. Easy fuel fill up. You'll probably notice that this is actually right off of the 250, so there would be a DEF here, but this is a gasser, so no need. And no nozzle, right? Fuel type. There's a lot of debate on this online, but I'll tell you my personal opinion quickly. And you're not going to like it because it's not exactly financially friendly. You got to put high octane in a Coyote, and you got to put high octane in a turbo vehicle. The reason why you got to put 91 or 94 in these 5.0s, and I know in the manual it says 87, but for better performance, 91 or whatever it says. My opinion, based on my knowledge, this is a high compression motor. I believe it's 12 or 12 and a half to 1. Where on earth are you going to put 87 in a high compression V8 that's making 400 horsepower? I don't know. Put high octane or don't. It is a reliable motor, so it's not really going to matter what exactly you're putting into it. But just keep it happy, be tried and true, and be proud.
We actually got a nice interior for this year. Starting with the steering wheel, you can see actually there's a bunch of functions on here, like the shuffle, you know. We got volume here. We got the good old horn. We got a full LED dash. Everything's LED, no dials anymore. We're not in 1985. We got the chrome package column shifter, you could see here. Keeping it aesthetic. You see this? Manual. Push buttons. What can you do? Let's get in here. Okay, as you can see here, look at this. Everything's just screens. We got a full 12-inch right in the middle here. It's almost like a TV. You could put on a movie here. Everything's just high quality. You got the volume knob, tune knob. They have elements that are kind of old school, I guess you could say, with the buttons and all that, which a lot of people like. USB Type-Cs, 2 of them here. We got a traditional cigarette lighter, 12 volt here. We got a USB B and C right over here. Coming to the center console, it looks pretty odd. We got 2 cup holders right here, as you can see. Place to put your phone. There's an iPhone 8, so any newer generation phone that's bigger can easily fit. Open up the console. Lots of room. I mean, lots of room. We got the flashlight here. But it's not that deep. It's actually pretty shallow. You might ask, why? Well, let's take the phone off, close this up, bring this up. Bam! Bench seat.
Boom.
So yeah, we got the bench seat in a 2025 Ford. Look at that. Complete with a seatbelt buckle. But we're not done. Got another little compartment. Bring this up, and you got even more center console space. Again, pretty shallow, but you get 2 of those compartments. And honestly, like, there's not much you can't fit in here.
You don't really put anything besides junk in the center console anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So let's close this up. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to like that in the comments. And then very easy to just push it back, kind of just push it. Yep. We're just going to leave it for now. You're wondering, yeah, sure, there is not much like leg room here, but honestly, there's not going to be a freaking 6'4", 200-pound man sitting here anyway. So
there's going to be a 5'2" blonde.
It's good to have it. One thing I did notice, Ford, why don't we have lights, you know, at night for the mirror?
Yeah, there's actually kind of a lack of lighting in this entire truck. Like, there is on the sides, but there's no center
Yeah, you see like
cab light.
no center cab light. I mean, there are some lights on the side.
Yeah, like I'm seeing these, but they're kind of useless. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, you see like maybe it'll make a bigger difference at night, but sunglass holder, I guess. Yeah. Funny thing is, actually, a lot of newer cars actually don't have this. Starting to notice. Oh yeah, let's look at the door on the inside real quick. Handle to open it. Let's get a look here. Just a little paddle. Push it in, and it kind of just opens. Quick little backseat test in this 2025.
Height, please.
I'm standing 6'3", just so you guys know. So let me get in here. And as you can see, literally way too much room. I could say like I'm gonna be really comfortable on a road trip
And the
here.
headroom too is just phenomenal. The headroom.
Completely, like this is. I mean, you expect this in a Ford. I mean, like if I want to go on a 12-hour road trip, I want to sit in a car like this in the back. That's all I'm gonna say. If you kind of zoom in here, again, we got those double USB-C ports, and we got that traditional cigarette lighter jack. No, okay, so it doesn't have a center console, but I guess like it's just more room, you know, more spacious. I can even sit in the middle. I'm still fine in the middle, to be honest.
Even with like this jump seat up, like you're still fine.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate that you spend just way too much money on a truck and they don't even give you the choice of a leather seat. How can you only get leather seats starting in a Lariat?
Oh, that's crazy.
That is quite ridiculous to me because that never used to be the case. But setting that aside, I actually like the feel of fabric over leather because it doesn't get hot in the summer.
And for what it's worth, it's pretty comfortable compared to other fabric.
Kind of comfortable. Compared to even leather, I would say sometimes it's more comfortable. This is it. You know, where do I even begin with the 5-liter Coyote? Like, for those of you that are going to say, oh, he's glazing it. He's glazing it. Let me all tell you something, okay? Any person that's ever hated on the Coyote, plain and simple, okay? I got to tell you a few things about this motor. Here it is. 5-liter Coyote V8, 400 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque from a dual overhead cam, made it to a 10R80 10-speed automatic. Further on the back is a 373 rear axle ratio. You know, in the 90s, you had 2JZs. In the mid-2000s, everyone was LS, LS, LS swap, LS, LS, Chevrolet, LS, 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 LS. Listen, I'm a GM guy. I like the 350 small block Chev. I like the LT3, LT4s. I like the LS1, LS2s, and every single GM motor. I'm a fan of them. 5.3, the Vortex. I think they're good. But when it comes to putting power down, when are you ever going to see a motor like the 5-liter V8 Fords sing and scream well above 8,000 RPM with a tune? Stock, even, these things are screaming well above 7,000 RPM. When are you going to see that? You're not going to see that. When are you going to see a motor that is so capable be known for reliability? You're not going to see that. Besides the 2JZ, that was a turbo motor. This is naturally aspirated, okay? So you can see right off the bat, pretty aggressive intake manifold, very simple throttle body and air intake setup, very simple spark plug pack setup, very simple top mount battery setup, very simple coolant setup. They switched to the yellow coolant, by the way, Ford. Front coolant setup, classic. Very simple Coyote setup, okay? And there is a lot of electronics, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. But I mean, stock, phenomenal. Change your oil every 3,500, 4,000 miles, 5,000 kilometers. Put in that full synthetic, and just give her the beans, man. Like, are you kidding me? And when it's paired up to the 10-speed, you guys got to understand, okay? These transmissions, oh my God, like it's clunking from second to third. They like to be driven hard. This is a fast transmission. I don't care what anyone says. I'm a 6R80 lover myself, 6-speed. I like the 6R80s. I really do in the previous generation trucks. But the 10-speed, fuel economy, power, drivability, ride quality. It's a smooth shifting transmission. If you really stay on throttle, M340i, if you really stay on throttle on these and you don't baby them and you work this truck, this is an awesome truck. And now let me tell you guys something else. Yeah, okay, 400 horsepower is not a lot, but when it's paired up to that 10-speed and that 373, it does the business. Forget about quarter mile, forget about 0 to 60, because you really got to just get in this and find out for yourself. And I'll tell you what, if you're not satisfied with that, the beauty of these 5.0s is, you know, you see the street racing scene, you see the scene down in Texas, you see the Lobo F-150s, regular cab short beds, you see them with the Whipple superchargers. There's no secret here. These motors are making 700 horsepower reliably, 1,000 horsepower semi-reliably, if not more so reliable than not reliable. I mean, I can name you about 10 other cars that are far more less reliable than this with less power. Coyote is number one in my books. And if you got money to spend, modifications go a very long way. Comparing it to the 3.5 EcoBoost, stock for stock, sure, the EcoBoost can put the power down. But this 5-liter for longevity, for sound, and for honestly power as well, the best bang for your buck by far. Cylinder deactivation. This is a big, scary thing for a lot of people, and because you know you've seen how terrible it's been for GM, and you've seen how horrible it's been for Mopar. Ford is doing it differently. Okay, you have a lot of more amenities thanks to cylinder deactivation. For example, they have not necessarily a high volume fuel oil pump, but it's a higher volume oil pump, which means you're lubricating the cylinders better. It's designed for when, you know, the cylinders are deactivating on highway driving or a lot of stop and go. It's designed to push the oil up so we don't starve the pistons. W Ford. Like, good on them. And the deactivation is deactivated. So you get all 8 cylinders when you're in sport mode or in tow haul, and when you're on the throttle in normal, you can hear it. So the cylinder deactivation is a little bit different than GM's because Ford is using, I believe, they're not using the rocker arms. I think they're using the rollers instead, but I'm not 100% sure. What I do know is that it's far more reliable, and you have options, right? Tuning, etc., sport. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. And you're literally getting a beefier motor because of the deactivation.
Ooh la la. Yeah, let's hear it. What's up, brother? Give her some revs. Give her some revs. Or not. Yeah, go.
Okay, so you have your drive modes. So to put the locking diff, you just push this in, it locks the rear diff. Drive modes, you turn this counterclockwise for your 2-wheel drive modes, and then anything clockwise is going to start sending you into off-road mode and snow mode, and that's going to start engaging the 4-wheel drive automatically. You can have sport mode with 4-wheel drive, you just have to push the button. So let me just flip through the modes quickly. So normal, tow haul, yep, and sport. And it changes the colors, it's quite nice. And you can go back, and we got other modes too, you know, off-road and snow. So yeah, and then this is what the trailer tow package looks like, trailer brakes, etc. And you have certain measurements in here as well. So coolant temp, oil temp, tranny temp. And you can also see like the trip fuel. Let's go for a little cruise.
Should we?
I think so. Should we, Ryan?
Yeah, close her up.
So here's the column shifter in action. None of that center console stuff. Oh, and note to self, the center console shifter, I know these are all fugazi, but the problem with the center is that little for the office, whatever the heck that is, that breaks. So try and get yourself one of these, and you know, stay true to the culture of trucking. Really, I like the third seat a lot. The jump seat is good. You gotta understand 40-20-40 split, so it's slightly smaller than the passenger seats, but it gets the job done. Let's go for a cruise and actually see if you can hear this 5.0. And to show your gears, like what gear you're in, you just press the plus on the shifter and it just shows you what gear you're in. So now we're gonna just go for a little bit of a cruise. And it's a very quiet, you know, quiet motor, very muffled exhaust setup, but it's a very quick truck. I'd like to note to self that this is in break-in mode. So, not that there's necessarily a mode from Ford, but in my mind, I'm not going to be flooring it because how can you do that to a brand new Coyote? Although you'll have people in the comments saying, oh, it's totally fine, blah, 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 and it is, probably, but you know, so let's get a little bit on throttle here. I mean, you can hear the engine noise, right? And you gotta understand, when braking it in, you gotta be easy on the brakes, easy on the throttle. It's okay to increase to around, you know, 3,200 RPM or whatever, but you don't wanna just start mashing it in sport mode, right? So let's hear this Coyote one more time. With the 10 speed, it's like already in 6th gear. Excellent truck. You don't want to over rip it. We're gonna do another video, I think, of like proper driving experiences, I'd say. You know, like where we can actually get on throttle and, you know, hopefully get a Borla S-Type or something that you guys recommend in the comments, a good exhaust system. Engine temps, coolant temps. You have live action oil pressure gauges. And it's a good truck, man. I mean, the drivability, if you have never driven one of these trucks, go ahead and just do so. Because I have been nothing but impressed with this 5-liter coming from a 3.5. Coming from a 3.5. I'm saying this. I'm literally choosing this motor over a 3.5. Okay, so we were just talking about this. We got to show you guys how the Apple CarPlay works. You know, we got to show you this stuff. And then we realized, hold on a second. We're not that channel to show you this boring. How do you connect Bluetooth? How do you Bluetooth this? No, man. Forget about that. The only thing you need to know is when it's in park, zone lighting lights up the whole truck, and you can select it. And then the owner's manual, it doesn't come with one because it's 2025. And probably no one likes.
We've never been on that timing,
and we're never going to be on that timing. We don't care. I'm sorry, that actually sounded like there was intent behind that sentence.
Hold on. All right, guys. Is it recording? Is it recording?
Yes, dude.
We're really trying to put in some work into these videos, you know, like we're trying to step up the quality. This is the second car review in the last 2 months, I believe. Stay tuned for more. And I'm asking more than ever right now, if you guys have a car and you're in the Toronto or GTA area and you want us to review it, or you got it listed on Kijiji Autos or anything like that, and you want some recognition for it, our email is in the description. Send us an email. We will do it completely free if you're in the GTA or Toronto area. Our email, 98reviews@gmail.com.
I'd like to add on to that because I'm not a fan of intros. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you to subscribe or like. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you to do the opposite. Unsubscribe, dislike. This is going to backfire. We're just looking to strengthen the community is all we're doing here. So 98 Reviews, we love these trucks. We love vehicles. We love everything. And you know, there comes a point where, you know, in a man's life, you gotta just do what you like.
All right, dude.